You may be seated. Let me get my notes together here. Thank you for doing that. Let us bow our heads for a moment of prayer. Precious Lord, on this Sunday morning, this morning that you have given to us, these past 7 days that you have given to us, this waking up this morning that you have given to us, let us be thankful for that. And let us be aware that this is a gift from you, God. And let us not take that gift for granted. Amen. First, it is a gift this morning to be here because, as I said, the last 7 days, Black String Triage Ensemble has been in the streets, not taking it to the streets, but we've been there. So when we do this type of peacekeeping work, we don't know if anyone's not going to make it or not be accountable. But luckily, and this is a different kind of wood I'm knocking on here now, no one was shot. Now, I don't say that tongue in cheek. We have had a former president in our city who someone attempted to assassinate him. So this is not cheap talk now, what I'm saying. This is not cheap, and it's not just talk. Every time we're out there, our lives are on the line. So we are thankful to God to be here, and I'm thankful to be here this morning. So my remarks are going to focus on the Isaiah text. The primary reason that I chose that one is it's been a week. Like I said, it was so packed with having the other in front of the city. The other party, which is the Republican Party, in front of us. The other president, that for some people say that just won't go away, Donald Trump. The other police officers who came from, and I heard there was some from Ohio, all over, the other. So just think about that. A week full of our city having others around us, and how we as a city, how we as a church responded to the other, whoever the other is. I mean, we have a lovely sign across the street. I think I can almost see it from here. If I jumped up, I could see it. All are welcome. I love that sign. And that's something, I mean, that's quite a sign. So let me start out by saying welcome to everybody here today. Glad you all are here. The Isaiah text makes a clear statement to all the churches, but since I'm here at All People's Gathering Community, that we have to take care of all the people, to help folks, to make them not feel welcome, but know that they're welcome. Think about that. That's a little bit different than just saying we want people to feel welcome. We want folks, we were at Village Church all 3 nights that we were, because Village Church, when it was really going on, you could just look out the door and see fences, barricades, 5,000 police officers up on rooftops with sniper guns all over. They took the time, because they knew that we were part of a peacekeeping delegation in this city, to say, come on down. Every night we'll feed you. They fed us good. They fed us so good we almost didn't want to go out the door. We almost had to roll out the door. But for 3 nights they did that. And not to undercut my church, our church, All Peoples, you all have been good to us. Okay? I mean, Juneteenth, You let us come in here. We can't do this work without having help. So this morning, I got 2 points to make. The first one, they both are about making folks know that they are welcome, not feel like you're welcome, but know it. The first point is bring them some good news. The second point that will make them know that they're welcome is bring them some comfort as they mourn the loss of. So the first point, to make people know that they're welcome, not feel like. It's not enough to feel like it. You got to know that you're welcome. The first action step is this: bring some good news. And I suggest you stay away from electronic and print media. I go in these churches, I do preaching on a regular basis, and they're all like this. Not all, but enough. And they say, Reverend, I'm trying to follow you. I don't even have anything on Facebook. I don't have all that. So, it sounds good. But at almost 80, I don't need a following. I follow Jesus. So I'm saying stay away from that when you're bringing the good news. Stay away from the electronic and print media. That's not exactly what the people who are in the camp of the other are looking for. What they're looking for is real simple. Does anybody have a Bible this morning? Yeah. Just put that up in the air. That's what they're looking for, is the good news. That's the good news. I know it sounds old school. Now we hear a lot today about old school. I'm old school. The Bible is about as old school as you're going to get, and not everything in the Bible is up to speed. Okay, I'm not saying that. But like anything else that you use, you got to use your imagination and pull out the good stuff, and the stuff that you know is not right, that's discriminatory against anybody, then that's not what I'm talking about. But there's some good news in the Bible that I believe the stranger needs to hear to know that they are welcome in your community. It's not enough to feel welcome. You have to know it in your mind when you walk into a place that's saying to you, we welcome you. This past week, our city was just besieged with the other, just all over the place. Other this, other that. And we at Black Strings became part of the other because we were part of the peacekeeping team that was trying to maintain and keep and teach peace in our city. So that other is not going anywhere, those others. And the other thing about the other people is there's many, many people that came to our city. There's many, many people that live in our city that they can't quite understand the concept of a great city on a great lake because they're living in an encampment. They're living in a building that's boarded up. They're living from hour to hour. I hear people over and over and over again saying, and it's true, people live in poverty. People in this country are broke. That's beyond poverty. Living in poverty is one thing, but I'm talking about somebody that's broke, that doesn't have any money, any income. SSI, ASI, CSI, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, they're completely off the grid, the other. Okay, then the second action step that I think we can take to make others, to make the stranger know that they are welcome. And this is when, for the last 6 years, I've been part of the ensemble that goes to crime scenes. And we were at the Republican National Committee the night that the man got killed in the park, Dr. King Park, I believe it was on 14th of Elite. We were there, and they called. They said, we got to get you over here on 14th and Elite now. Not ASAP. When they call us, they want us now. So we left where we were and went to that particular park. Why? Because people were mourning. They were mourning the loss of someone who they loved. They were mourning the loss of a young man who was homeless, who had some mental challenges, who was somebody's son. The folks there needed some comforting. They needed to understand that even though he was different, the young man that got shot, his life was important too. Mourning. And I'm not talking about joy in the morning, I'm talking about mourning, M-O-U-R-N. That pain that comes when we lose someone that we love. How can we do that? How can we ease some of the mourning that people are going through? And I believe our church is poised to be in a position to deal with some of that. Not all of us, because I'm not trained in a mental health area, so I wouldn't know really all to do. But I know that I can first acknowledge and accept the fact that the people that we saw at the park that night were mourning the loss of someone who was part of that community. And the other big piece of it is here. Homelessness, people who are living on the street or living in a boarded up building, they're part of a community. These are not like rag dolls tossed around in the air to be thrown at, to be mistreated, to be shot. They're part of a community. And if you don't think that that problem of homelessness is serious, call or go to San Francisco and talk to the mayor of that city. That used to be one of the exclusive, the homeless population, they haven't dealt with that, so it's all over. The homeless community. That's how we need to refer when we're talking about homeless people, the homeless community, not those people. And it's going to take time, but I believe this church can be one of those places where we are in a position to spin that out, to say that a part of the people that we see on a regular basis coming to our door, coming to our stands, coming on Sunday morning, or wherever they are part of a larger community, not to be washed away like stones, not to be thrown away like garbage, not to be gotten rid of by people that truly don't understand it. We have to be able and willing to let people know they are welcome over and above the status that this country has given to them, over and above that label that people have given to them of being homeless, and giving them people like Mr. Samuel Sharp, Jr. He had a name. As long as we continue to say those people, the others, whoever that is, Mr. Sharp, Samuel Sharp, Jr. When we were in the park playing music, we were playing for people in that homeless community who were mourning the loss of one of them, one of their people. And I'm not going to do any name blaming. It's not my job, okay? If I'm following Jesus, I don't have time for name blaming. Police that, Trump that, this one that. I'm following Jesus. That's what I'm doing. And I'm trying to do what I can do to continue to keep our church going and to help us to continue to say when God says you need to be spending a little more in this direction, that we have the courage, the wisdom to do it. Not just talk about it, but to do it. What else can we be doing to bring comfort to those who are mourning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, not in the morning? Joy comes in the morning, but that joy will not come, cannot come, unless we assist and help people who are mourning the loss of a loved one. Mr. Sharp had a family that loved him. His life was taken away. And it wasn't that long ago that we lost another young man, African American, downtown in a hotel. They said he was, whatever they said he was doing, I guess he went in the women's bathroom. None of the women there said that he even looked at them, let alone touched them. But that's another example of the community of people that are called into question that we, I believe, need to continue to say, how can we assist them on their journey? How can we let them know that they are welcome? Because if you know that you are welcome in a place, you're going to come back. If you know that you're welcome into a place, you're going to be a part of that community. If you know that you are welcome in a place, when you are out saying, this is my friend, this is not the other, this is somebody I know. If you know that you're a part of that community, there's nothing that's going to be called into question. Because we all know, I was here when Pastor Steve was here, and we remember Dontre Hamilton, all the screaming, yelling, was in this building, all in the street, all in the basement. I was serving the other congregation on the other side of town. She was over there having meetings. I mean, and I'm not saying we need to do one thing or the other, but we need to be willing to beg the question this morning. That's what I'm saying. Are we willing to beg the question, is there something else that we may be needing to know, to do, to assist those people who are in mourning, who come to our door? If there's any possibility that anybody that comes to our door is in mourning because they are homeless, because they have lost a loved one, because whatever it is. And finally, the last thing, and when I preach at these churches, I tell them over and over and over and over and over and over, get off that bandwagon about mental illness. That ain't no excuse for someone mistreating somebody. Get off that. Get off that bandwagon. And I'm not saying you can have everybody around you that's dealing with mental illness and correct it, but I'm saying don't let that be an excuse. Jesus ain't having it. Jesus ain't buying it. No way. That's gone. Those days have to be gone. And I'm not in favor of the Republican and a lot of what they say, but these churches in 24 better be ready for 25, because it ain't going to be no jive. Anybody in the church that's going to be open in 25, if it's going to be alive, you're going to see. Ain't nothing going to be backing down. It's going to be just as it is now. So get yourself together now. Don't wait till 25. Come alive now. 25 is already on the books. People are planning what they're going to do in 25. Come alive now. Don't wait till 25. This is the time. This is the place that God has put us. God didn't put us in Brookfield. God put us right here on this corner for a reason. And we can do it. We've been doing it before. Ain't no need to stop now. This ain't the time. Well, we're going to have a new person in the White House. So what? Okay? I'm going to serve the same Jesus in February, March, April as I'm serving now. And I would say, and I know some of y'all are going to say, in Chaplain Ron, it's time to sit down, and I'm almost done. So I don't want to outstay my welcome. Y'all might not have me back again. You might say, don't have him back in here no more. His learned sermon is too long. I am going to close with Isaiah where I started, with the 2 points bring good news to those who continue to be oppressed on many levels, to those who continue to wear the label that we've given to them. They didn't steal that label. You think that people dealing with mental illness stole that? You think that people that are living on the streets stole that? This country gave it to them, labeled them. You think that the word nigger, at night I wait and hope somebody's going to call me a nigger? Hell no. No, it was given to me. But I've been able to rise above it. And I say, as people rise above it, so does the church. The church has to rise above it. The church has to come to another level, and we can. This church is no stranger to adversity. This is nothing that is new to us. And finally, bringing comfort, not joy. Like I said, in the Bible, there's plenty of references to joy comes in the morning. But what you do at night's going to make sure you have joy in the morning. Dr. King talked about joy, but he also talked about what he had to do at night, what he had to do to get ready. When he was fighting the Klan, when he had people throwing rocks through his windows and burning up houses in the South and some places in the North, that joy will not come unless we do our hard work at night. Thank you.